Welcome to the Investor Financing Podcast, where we interview real estate investors and lenders so you can learn all the secrets to getting your projects funded and scale your portfolio. Learn about fix and flip loans, BRRRR financing, rental, fix to rent, commercial, multifamily bridge loans, business loans, and so much more. And now, your host, Beau Eckstein.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Investor Financing Podcast, and I'm your host, Beau Eckstein, and today we're going to be talking about investing in small multifamily properties. Let's get started. So maybe you're a single family home investor, or you own a duplex or a fourplex, and you want to start diversifying your portfolio, and you want to start getting into multifamily. So anything above 5 units, right, is multifamily. 5 units and above is multifamily. And then instead of getting conventional financing now, you're looking at commercial financing. So I want to just talk about the basics of getting into small multifamily investing. So once you find this 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or 12 unit property, we got to look at it from a commercial loan scenario or viewpoint. And so what do we need to know? First of all is we got to know what the occupancy level is. We're going to ask for a few different things that you might not be used to providing to your conventional lender, right? So typically we're going to ask for a 12-month profit and loss statement. We call it a T12, so it's a past 12 months of the operating income and expenses. Okay, we're going to ask for a current rent roll. We might ask for 2 years P&Ls and a year-to-date interim financial statement. If you're looking at buying from a mom and pop operation, sometimes they don't keep the most detailed records, so I'm warning you now that that could be an issue.
You're listening to the Investor Financing Podcast. We'll be right back after this break. Are you looking for funding? Are you getting frustrated trying to find a lender? Visit investorfinancingpodcast.com and click the Get Funding button. Complete the simple form and schedule a free phone consultation with one of our placement specialists. We have a proprietary directory of funding partners that can help you get the funding you need. It's fast and easy to explore the options available for your specific needs. Don't wait. Visit investorfinancingpodcast.com and get connected.
There's ways around everything. And just if you can get that information in the beginning, it's easier, because really we want to know what the occupancy level is. Is there a value add component? Are you doing rehab? How are you going to raise rents? And then we ask you to put together a PFS. And usually in the residential side, you don't have a PFS. What's a PFS? It's a personal financial statement. And it's just a spreadsheet that you put your assets and liabilities on. And attached to that, we also ask for a schedule of real estate owned, because as you start getting into commercial, they want to know what's your experience with this asset class. What have you done? So you can show that you own some fourplexes, some duplexes. You're a house flipper. That's great. We want to be able to document as much as we can. Also, I recommend putting together a small resume, and this just can include maybe your W-2 employee, your W-2 job, your background. I'm an IT professional or whatever, and I've been investing in real estate for 5 years. I have a portfolio of X. That's basically what I want, one paragraph. And I think that's good to just give the background to the underwriter so they know you have some experience. Also, if it's a bigger multifamily property, are you going to be self-managing it, or do you have a third-party property manager? Who's that manager, right? We want to know that. And if you're doing a value add type play on the property, it's also good to have a 5-year pro forma, at least showing once we buy the property and take it over and execute our plan and raise rents, this is where we project the value to be in year 3. And in year 3, we're going to refinance, or because we've forced appreciation. Now we got a higher value, and we're going to pull out our money, maybe, or we're going to just refinance into long-term debt at that time. So these are the kind of things. But I do suggest learning the caveats of multifamily lending. In particular, we got banks, we got credit unions, we have bridge debt, we have Fannie and Freddie, we have HUD. And so that's what I do. I help people that are looking to scale their portfolios, grow their portfolios, whether you've got 500 units or you got 3 units. I want to be a resource for you to provide valuable information. And that's why I do this show, is to provide information that might be useful for you to grow your portfolio. At the end of the day, I think most of us out there, including myself, we want to grow our passive income streams, right? We want to buy properties, maybe have to do some value add to create equity. We want to recoup our equity out of that property, and we want to finance it long term and let somebody else manage it, ideally, and collect checks every month, right? That's the dream, okay? And that's what I help people do. I'm doing it for myself. I want to help you do it. I want to help grow wealth for you and your family and your legacy, because at the end of the day, that's what we want, right? We want to be able to collect that mailbox money, but it's going to take a lot of work in the beginning, and that's why I'm going to continue doing videos to provide value. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel or this podcast that you're listening to this on. I really appreciate it. You can also go to investorfinancingpodcast.com and catch up on all the other episodes, or you can go into YouTube and catch the episodes there. Please refer your friends and colleagues to this podcast. I'm going to continue to do these little segments on lending. I also interview high-level investors. I interview beginners. And for example, today I'm going to interview a gentleman on his first Airbnb, what tools he's using. And actually, he was just showing me that he's projecting $13,000 of gross revenue on this one property this month. So I'm really interested to see that and watch him with this process and really kind of learn from it, right? And then I can implement some of those strategies. So it's also good for me to interview other people, because I not only share it with you, but I also learn a lot of things at the same time. Anyways, that's enough of that. Have a great day. Appreciate you listening to this episode, and hope to see you on the next one.
Thanks for listening to the Investor Financing Podcast. For show notes and useful resources, please visit investorfinancingpodcast.com. For questions or comments, email info@investorfinancingpodcast.com. If you enjoy our show, please share it with your network. Until next time.